I've got something pretty. Y'all want to see it? Stick around, because we're going to look at something else first. Then we'll look at it. Well, looky here. I got me a new old tool. My friend Greg gave me this this old drill press. It is a all-trade brand, all-trade made in Taiwan. I remember back in the day before they started making everything in China, we would get some Japanese and Taiwan stuff, and that's what this is. Now, I do believe this is a homemade stand that's been put on, which is very nice. It needs a good cleanup. We plugged it in, it does work. It is a 1/4 horsepower motor. It's a light duty press, just like the one I used for leather, my old original press. Basically the same machine. Like I said, this needs a good cleaning up. Look over here, we got some dirt dauber nest on it. Clean that up, blow the motor out. Clean up a little bit of this rust. A little bit of this. Of course, the table's got to be cleaned and all this. No big deal. Should be a very good tool. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm leaning toward using this one for either replacing my leather one that I use for leather, or woodworking alone. Because on my Porter cable, that one's got a half horsepower motor. I drill a lot of metal on that, a lot of steel. And when you go from drilling steel to wood, you got to clean everything up, because you got metal shavings all over your table and all over everything. So it's good to have a dedicated tool for each job you do. So I'm not quite sure yet exactly what I'm gonna use it for, but I absolutely will use it. Simple pulley system there for your speeds. Got your speeds up here, just like most. Now the drill press design, for the most part, has not changed for years and years and years. So it's just like most of them. The advantage on this, for this one, would be it's on a stand. I don't have to mount it to a table. I just got to find somewhere to put it. But there we go. Everything seems to work. It's on an uneven spot on the floor right now, so there we go. Greg, thank you. Thank you very much. Very nice tool. Now, y'all want to go see the pretty thing? Are you ready? Well, here we go. I have talked about the 10-piece set I've been working on for months. This is one, there was no time limit on it, no hurry. And this is the one I was hoping to get done by Christmas, but it didn't happen. But maybe it'll be there by Easter dinner. So let me give you a little bit of backstory on this one. If you remember the videos when I worked on the butcher block with the old chestnut off the corn crib, chestnut wood off the corn crib, well, this is it. Now, these are extra knives that came with it. This is a fillet knife, the large fillet with the chestnut handles. Now, the steel on this one came off of a crosscut saw. You know, the old hand crosscut saws. And that saw was one saw used to mill this wood that built the house and the corn crib and everything else on the Lambert family homestead there. Now this knife was I added this one in, same handles. Now this is wormy chestnut. See the worm holes in there? Those are supposed to be there. Now this is called the Wallace Jr. Bushcrafter, and this is for Nathaniel's son whenever he gets old enough for it. That one is, and this is a Royal Gambler. Now this is for Nathaniel's mom. Now the steel on these two, as well as the rest of them, are from a old mill saw blade that was used to mill all the lumber on the place there for the house and everything else they built. Let's move these out of the way for a minute. Now, let's get close so we can see it. Now these are leather patches I put on there. The Lambert family name, established 1898. That's when the house, the corn crib, and when the homestead was settled. And this wood was cut around that time. That's how old this stuff is. Now, I will not be ashamed to tell you, this is very, very hard stuff to work with. It's very dry. It takes a lot of cutting, a lot of sanding, and you got to be real careful with it. But once I put the finish on, it's soaked in real good, and it should be very good stuff for another 100 years. The base of the block, that was a cool piece that was in the box. I thought I'd put that in there, and I added that back piece just to make it a little stable. So very cool. Now the typical 10-piece set. Have your chef knife. Now these pits in here, that's to where it was rusted. Remember, I soaked it in vinegar for days. I even took about a 1/16 of an inch off of it, and I couldn't get past the pits. I actually wasted a couple of pieces of it trying to get there. So I just thought I'd leave them in there. Now when I did the heat treat and quench, they're quenched in vegetable oil. Food safe. So they should hold up really well. There's the butcher knife. And these handles, of course, are the same wood. That one developed a little tiny bit of a split, but it's full of epoxy, so it'll be fine. It's just character. Now most of the 10-piece sets have a fillet knife here, but he had a fillet knife here, so he didn't want that fillet knife. So this is a boning knife. If y'all watched the video with the titanium knife, titanium boning knife, that is the same style right there. And being is I wanted all the material to come out of one box, this got shortened up just a tad, so the paring knife went up top. Little paring knife right there. And we have 6 steak knives, or all-purpose knives. They all have the worm holes, and that's a nail hole right there. Well, there was a nail in there. Pretty cool. All brass pins. And these are, being as what they are, they're not exact. No two knives that come out of my shop are exactly the same. A handmade knife will not be exact. They'll be very similar though. Same finish on all of them. Pretty cool, I think. My fingers are not working today. Anyway, we'll take them out this way. And that one. There's that one. They're all the same, basically the same. So there you go. 10-piece set is done. There's the backside view of it. I can see a few wormholes in here. On the sides, there's quite a few. Even more on this side. Very cool. I think this will be a very, very nice keepsake for Nathan's family, Nathaniel's family, for the to keep on the home place there. See, I got to make a sheath for this, and a sheath for this, which won't take much time at all. Now this Sunday, I'll probably get this uploaded for y'all to see on Sunday. I'm taking off. Shop will be closed. I will be in the garden. Got everything cut down. I think I showed in the other video, and I got to get out there and start. I got to spray, kill the grass, get ready to get planted, and get the raised beds clean. Drag out the tiller, make sure it'll run. Hang on, I see some. Who's that back there? Oh, that's my son back. That's Joey back there. I don't know what he's doing. Ain't no telling knowing these kids, but I think it's very important that we spend some time. Everybody that can, if you can plant a garden, plant it. I've got quite a few seed from the last few years, and I'm gonna have to run up Monday and pick up another handful. And not Monday, Tuesday. Gas prices are so bad here that we are rationing our trips to town. I have to go to the doctor on Tuesday. Some people have commented, and it don't bother me a bit, about these spots on my arm and all that. I'm going Tuesday to dermatology. My job in the military, things I was exposed to, there are several 100,000 people that have these same type of problems, and it's not just here. It's on some on my back and here, there, where we're exposed to toxic chemicals, and we didn't know it till years later. But anyway, as far as we can tell, the VA is not interested in paying us for that as a service, what they call it, service related thing. But and it's been in Congress for the people that was in my job for, I don't know, 15 years, 20 years. Who knows? You know how to, once a politician gets a hold of it, you might as well forget it. But anyway, they do cover visit to the dermatology and all this, so that's where I got to go Tuesday. And we've got lined up Tuesday: dermatology, post office, grocery store, somewhere else she's got to go. Anyway, easy way of saying it is to do everything we can do in town that we got to do all in one day. No unnecessary driving. So alright, that'll do it for today. I may set the camera out there this weekend and show y'all something. We'll see. We're supposed to have a nice sunny 77 to 80 degrees today. It wound up being in the low 60s. Damp, raining, cloudy all day. So who knows where that came from. Had a round of severe weather last week. Tornadoes popping all around us. No damage right around here that I know of. And we got another round coming next week. Typical springtime weather. Hang on. So there you go. All done. And I've got some more over here going. I've talked several times about the leveless style knife. Had a question about it when it was going to be done. But there it is right there so far. I've got to mill the guard. I got a new technique I'm going to try on that, and I will do a separate video on this knife by itself. So thank y'all for watching. Thank you very much for your support. If you don't have a good knife and you need one, or you'd like to have one, let me know. You need a stabby pokey thing, and you need something that does that, never know what'll happen around our great country. So thank y'all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll see y'all next time. Azaleas are in full bloom. Ain't that pretty? I didn't even trim them back this year. They're not all open yet. There's another one, and the other side of the yard is more. I don't know if you can see them or not. Spring is here.